Deborah Ann Matthews, as usual on Thursday, Friday, or Sunday, whenever we can make it happen. We have our special guest, Michelle Pettis. She is the author of this wonderful book called Leaving Large. She says that it's not your weight loss efforts, it's not the obesity, it's not got to lose some weight, it's not none of that stuff. It's the story behind that whole issue. So I want to read an excerpt from her book. Tonight's topic is, what belief do you hold about yourself that slows your weight loss journey? And I just want to read this chapter, a little bit of excerpt right quick, because I think this kind of relates to what we talked about. It says, when I would go to the office for my weigh-ins, Doc would ask me what I ate during the previous week. My answer might be something like citrus grilled shrimp with lemon pepper sauce and rainbow peppers, blackened chicken with strawberry raspberry glaze, and Cajun cauliflower, jerked mahi mahi and asparagus tips, roasted kale soup. Yum, she'd say, adding, most of my patients don't have a Chef Tony, and their partners would sabotage their efforts often. You're lucky. Then I would bring her a few samples. She especially liked the gapazi,
Gazpacho.
gazpacho. Okay. On many occasions, she would say something like, I wish more of my patients had what you have, a support system, a way to make the food appetizing and ready for change mindset. My sweet sweetie, that's what I call my partner Tony, said, I love you for you. Don't think you have to lose weight for me, but if you are doing this for yourself, I will support you. He did, and he does. You were ready and committed to permanent change, Doc said. As I talked about the meals Tony prepared in support of my new way of eating, I also talked about my daily experiences and epiphanies around the who, what, where, when, why, and how of hunger and eating. And so, without further ado, thanks, Nicole and Florence, for joining us tonight. I present to you Michelle Pettis as we talk about, what belief do you hold that slows about yourself that slows your weight loss journey? Take it away, Michelle.
Thank you. Thank you for reading that chapter and bringing that chapter back to my consciousness. Um,
Thank you.
I appreciate you so much for that. And hello, Nicole Davis and Florence Bowden. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I hope I'm not mispronouncing it. Thank you for jumping on the call with us with Let's Talk. And yeah, here's the thing about those stories. And here's the thing, Iris. Hi there, Iris. Here's the thing that is so fundamental to understand
Mm-hmm.
is that before we ever gain a single pound on our body, a single pound, a single ounce, or single extra anything, we gain it in our head first. We gain it in our minds first. And we have to lose it through the same portal. We have to lose it in our minds first, and then it'll fall, then our bodies will release it. So as long as we're holding on to certain thoughts, certain beliefs about food, about emotions, about people, about situations, about triggers, about those things that keep us trapped, as long as we hold those beliefs in our mind, the extra weight will stay on our body. When we release those beliefs from our mind, then we can start releasing the weight from our body. And it is it's so interesting that we're having this conversation. I was having a conversation earlier today um, with somebody from the new director, I think, of global health at University of Maryland, and we were talking about the global obesity issue. And she is from, where did she say? Tell me she was from. She's from the continent. She's from the continent,
Mm-hmm.
and she and she talked about how in some areas, if somebody, what they say is they had extra skin, right? Some extra skin, that meant they weren't poor. That meant that they weren't
Yes.
poor,
Yes.
that they were wealthy,
Yes.
that they
Yes.
had plenty, that they had
Yes.
plenty.
Yes.
And so eating was
Mhm.
all around, how they consumed food was all around an expression of that,
Yes.
not an expression of health. And so here's the thing that we have to get really clear on, and here's the thing that will save us, is that when we stop associating food with certain things, with status, with entertainment, with an activity, with certain events, if we break that association and see food for what it is, then we won't be trapped. We won't be trapped by that association. If
Mm-hmm.
when we can, because so much of how we are programmed to use food is by what it represents,
Mm.
not the food itself. I'll give you a fine example or a couple of examples. Um, a while back, I was dating, and as sweet as my sweet sweetie was, we're not together anymore. So I was dating, and we had gone out to eat, and we had finished, but he still had some food left on his plate. And the server came around and said, "Sir, are you done? Can I take your plate?" And he looked down at the plate, he kind of picked through it, and he said, "Yeah, you can take it. I have eaten all of the meat."
Mm.
And so in that statement, I understood his beliefs about food, and likely some roots of some of the thoughts of his beliefs. He put more value on the meat than he did the vegetables. Because when you think about growing up, and even you think about now, meat is more expensive. And if you
Yes.
have meat on the table, and you let's say you go to a steakhouse, you go to a seafood place, you go someplace where the meat is expensive, there's some status that's attached to that. Oh, we're
Yes.
doing well, we're doing fine, we're going out to eat, we're going out to this place that we're going out to brunch where they have a carving station and they have a this kind of station and they're making
Mm-hmm.
all all of that has to do with seeing food as luxury, seeing food as pleasure, seeing food as a statement. We're doing well, we're doing fine, we have attained this. The food is a representation of that. And
Yes.
so if you've got beliefs that going out to eat means these things, and there's something in you that you need to fill up, right? Because you
Mm-hmm.
maybe you grew up poor, right? Or maybe you
Yes.
grew up wanting what other people wanted. Maybe you grew up with it being just kind of put in your head that this was
Mm-hmm.
something to attain. So now the food is no longer nourishment and nutrition. It is what we have been taught to believe that it is. That it's
Yes.
status, right? That it
Mm.
that it that it that it represents the good life. That it represents we have arrived. That it represents that we have plenty. It represents that we have been blessed. We have been blessed to
Yes.
share, right? All of
Yes.
all of that. So those beliefs keep us trapped in interacting in food as a way, as associating with those things, rather than just being able to clearly see it as nutrition and nourishment. So it would be hard for that guy to be a vegetarian. It
Uh-huh.
would be hard for him to be a vegetarian or eat beans every day, because in his mind, beans would be beneath him, right?
Yes. I have something to share. A couple of things. When I was in college, an older lady would fix me some food, me and her, and she would give me more. She would say, "You need a little, you need more," and than she did. And my other example is when I was in Africa, I weighed 310 pounds, and I got attention more than anybody else in the group. uh, and the person who would take us on the tour would put me in the front, and just and it's a whole group of us tourists. We're in a group, and even when I was in Jamaica, the person who came, he put me in the front seat. He said, "Collect all the tickets." I'm like, the driver said, "Give me all y'all tickets," and it was such a funny thing because on this side at the market, the people were saying something in a particular language. On this side of the market, the kids and the men were saying that even the little 12-year-old kids were saying something on the, and I would say, what are they saying? This side, the people were saying she's too fat in their language. On this side, the kids were saying, I like that big fat lady with honor. And I, because I was asking, what are they saying? And but the reason they were saying I was too fat, it wasn't so much that I was too fat, it's because I wore shorts. And I remember someone told me, when before I left the US, don't wear shorts when you go to Africa. Now, that's such a foreign thing for me to think about. I forgot about it. But so definitely, and so much so, one little girl said, have that lady come to my house tomorrow. I'm going to cook her a chicken. Now, when she cooked that chicken, she cut that chicken, like cut the leg in three different places. She cut that chicken up to high heavens. Now, I was like, this ain't enough meat for this very. We have big pieces of meat in this country. So you are definitely on to something right there.
Mhm.
You are
Mhm.
definitely on to something right there. And it wasn't until I went to London and couldn't believe, I'm in the grocery store. I'm like, this is too small. Then I come back to realize we eat too big of pieces. They
Yes.
eat the normal size pieces. So
Yes.
I was like,
Yes.
what in the world?
Yes, that's exactly
Yes.
right. That's exactly
Yes.
right. And
Yes.
that story that you just told about when you were in college and the lady would prepare food and say, I need to give you more. You need more. That was love from her.
Oh yeah.
That was an
Oh
expression
yeah.
of love. And
Oh yeah.
I will also, I have a college, story, not quite. I have a college story around food, and I went to a PWI, which, if you don't know, is a primarily white institution, primary serving institution, and
Hmm.
there was a handful of black students there, but all the ladies that worked in the cafeteria were black.
There you go. There you go. Yes, ma'am.
And my aunt, as you know from reading the book, worked in the cafeteria. So
Hmm.
she worked in the cafeteria back home.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: whenever the black students would go into that cafeteria,
Yes, Lord.
their faces was just light up. They would be so happy to see us, and they'd
Yes.
be, "Baby, how you studying? How your class is coming? You doing
Yes.
good in school?" And then they say something. I'm gonna give you a little extra,
What you
right?
said.
I'm gonna give you a little extra because that that belief, right? I'm gonna take care
Yes.
of these little kids in the best way I know how.
That's
I'm gonna give
right.
them I'm gonna give them some extra. And if
Yes.
you were like me and you came from a family where you had an aunt or a mother or somebody that was dear to you that worked in the kitchen, right? Going into that kitchen was like going home, right? It was
Yes.
you were getting some love, you were getting some comfort, especially if you were dealing with any kind of toxicity in the school
Stress.
environment. You could go
Exactly.
in that kitchen and you could see somebody that looked like and sounded like the folks back home. And
That's right.
they were gonna love on you. And
That's right.
so and so in that situation, what I'm talking about is the belief, right?
Yes.
The belief that because someone serves you something in love, that you have to eat
Yes.
it, right?
Yes. Yes.
That be-
I I remember I had went to the grocery store and bought a cabbage, and I went to the cafeteria and I said, "Can I have a little piece of bacon? Because I'm going to go home to my dorm room and make some cabbage." And they gave me some. Happy to do it too. Happy to do
Happy
it.
to do it.
Happy
Happy to
to
do
do
it.
it.
Happy
Happy
to
to
do it.
do it.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
and
Yes.
likewise in the office building, when you're in the big old corporate office building, the custodians, the doorman, even when I was in DC one time, of our places, 21, I left my bank card, lost something. The doorman walked me to a restaurant and buy me some food. I said, I'll pay you back tomorrow when I find my, whatever the case may be. Wherever we are in the world,
Yep.
we're going to be received. And even when I was in London and I was getting ready to leave, one couple said, I forgot to have you over for dinner. Because
Mm.
no matter where we are received, us brown people, I mean, some other cultures too, but we're received with, gotta get you something to eat. Even me,
Mhm.
I remember going
Mhm.
home and baking a cake for my friends who had come down from Maryland. I went home and baked them a cake when they got here because they came to visit from Maryland. I'm going to go home and make you a cake right quick.
Yes. Yes. So, that's something, those are all thoughts. All those behaviors that we're talking about, Deborah Ann, come from
Yes.
some thought that has us believing food is something that it is not.
And it also comes from my sister says this, and I proudly tell people my parents picked cotton on the farm on the plantation of the Senate Majority Leader for the state of Mississippi, who was the most racist person in. When you read about Mississippi and all of that, his name is in there. And in those days and in the 70s, children were starving because even though you think slavery ended in 1865, the federal government gave they had given the food stamps and welfare to white people during the depression. It wasn't given to black people until the 70s. So the
Mhm.
state of Mississippi refused to take money from the federal government for that, those children
Mm.
defense fund funds and stuff. So
Mhm.
kids were literally the manager of the Children's Defense Fund invited President Johnson to Mississippi to look at
Mhm.
these children starving.
Mhm.
That's when Mississippi was shamed into taking it. So when
Mhm.
we say that, and my aunt will tell you they left as soon as you got 17 or even younger, sometimes 18 for sure, you left those plantations, those cotton fields for Chicago or St. Louis
Right.
or my family, Houston,
Mhm.
because and even Alex Haley's said this when we went to Alex Haley's place. To get a high school diploma meant that you would be able to get a job and you would
Mhm.
be able to buy clothes and then to eat. So when we
Mhm.
say that you got such grains and all this once a year, you got one pair of shoes, what you ate was you ate chicken only on Sunday because you
Right.
didn't eat chicken every day of the week because
Right.
you ate pork and you
Mhm.
ate pork chops and when matter of fact, I asked my mother when I talked to other Southerners, I said, "Mama, they eat pork chops for breakfast." She says, "Yeah, you eat pork chops and rice and gravy." I'm like, "Why
Mhm.
you never cooked that for us?" She
Mm.
said, "Because I ate that so much growing up." I said, "When I got grown, I was gonna eat it."
Yes,
So
that's
it's a
another
real
food story
story
right
of
there.
survival behind that. That's what I'm saying. It's a real story behind that. And my
Yes.
mother, she took pride. One day she was saying, "My children never starved." Because
Yes.
I didn't know that. I didn't know when I came up here to Clarksville. I said, "Mama, come up here. They get a whole cow and they break it up and then they divide it." She said, "How do you think you ate your whole life?" I said, "I have no idea. It was food in the freezer. I didn't know.
Yes. Yep.
I didn't know." So
Yes.
yes,
Yes.
it comes from a place of love.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
oh yes, and I want to say this as we're talking about belief systems. I want to say the society tells you so much. And this isn't, Michelle, to negate abuse or trauma because it is real, but
Mhm.
you don't have to believe what you always believed. And that's
Yes.
where I am. When I was in the pool yesterday, I was touching my thighs and doing my hip flexors. I said, "Look here, thighs, baby. You safe. You don't have whatever you was believing for me, you gonna stop that belief." And I was
Yes.
saying, yes. I don't
Yes.
know what I don't even know what my soul was believing because it's so deep down.
Yes.
But you can stop repeating what you see on Sally Jesse Raphael or whatever talk shows that spew this stuff. And in today's world, the big thing now is black men need mental health. I'm not saying they don't, but who
Mhm.
do you know that really cares about that? The federal government don't.
Mhm. Mhm.
Sponsored by
Mm.
ABC Pharmaceutical Company, they don't care about you.
Mm-mm. Right.
So
Right.
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
whatever the message is out there, do you know what they started glamorizing cigarettes? 50 years after the creation of cigarettes, then they admitted that cigarettes was the worst thing you could ever do.
And Deborah, I am glad that you talked that you brought up the cigarettes because I was having a discussion with somebody about this earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So cigarettes, the tobacco companies created an addiction model. an
There you go.
addiction business model to
Yes.
get people addicted to cigarettes. When
Yes.
when the understand this, when the tobacco companies started to get regulated, right? They
Mm-hmm.
bought into the snack food companies and the junk food companies.
Yes.
Listen to me. The tobacco companies bought into the snack food companies and the junk
Mm-hmm.
food companies and
Mm-hmm.
applied their addiction business model to processed foods, to snack foods and junk food.
Yes.
And that addiction business model is designed to make people addicted to snack foods and junk foods that our bodies cannot process. That's not even good for our body. And so
That's right.
now we're addicted to the stuff that's fatty, to the stuff that's salty, to the stuff that's sugary, and we don't know why. We try to lose weight, go on diets, and we fall off of them, and we beat ourselves
Mm-hmm.
up because we think it's weight loss, but it's not weight loss, it's addiction. And
That's
addiction
right.
and weight loss are treated differently.
There you go.
Addiction is a what you said earlier, it's a mental issue.
Yes.
It is a
And
mental issue.
and
But
that's why I
that's
want to
why
say this on my channel. Somebody was saying, criticizing me for eating Captain D's, and I had to remember. And then someone else said to me, "I'm so glad, proud of you." And I looked on his page. He had had a heart attack. His parents and many of his siblings had died. So I want you to know that we are dealing with real issues, and this channel will not tolerate or even receive criticism about what any of us eat because it is
right.
not what I am eating. I did not overeat what I was eating. I
Hmm.
stopped when I had enough. We don't have time to be criticizing. And some of my friends in Russia, I love it. They're like, that American hamburger diet because that's how they see us. But this issue is so big. There's 100 million people who are overweight. We don't have time to hear on my channel negativity and judgment from people who have serious issues, who are in pain, if not physical, knees and back. It's mental pain.
Yes, yes. And Deborah, and here's the thing. We are all on journey, right? This is
Yes,
this is this is not about perfection. This is about progress,
that's
right?
right.
This is about. I mean, there are some things that I don't eat now that I was eating, 4 years ago, even when I had reached my ideal weight,
Mm-hmm,
right? Because we're always learning. We're always tweaking. There's some things that I thought worked for my body that you
mm-hmm.
know now they don't. So I don't ingest them. But they
Yes,
back then there's some stuff that I know now that I didn't know back then, right? But there. So it is all journey.
it is.
It is all process.
Let me share this with you. Today, I saw someone I had seen before.
Excuse me. I'm sorry.
He has three hot wing Memphis wing style restaurants, and he's from Memphis like me. And he said, "You don't drive anymore?" I said, "Yeah, I still have my car. I just have my wheelchair to help me get around." Well, he and his wife had the weight loss surgery, and I was thinking to myself, how he gonna have weight loss surgery in a wing place? But that belief system, and he said, "I'm gonna help you too." And that's okay. And I said, I'm going to help you with some marketing. We got to get this thing off the road. And
Right.
it was so beautiful. He showed me pictures. He told me the journey. He said I couldn't fit in the seat. Me and my wife, we were having trouble. Our marriage was in a rut. We were just tired. But I love that. He said, now I'm willing to talk about it. So he's going to come on our channel and share with us his journey. And I tell you, it is such a blessing, and I think that's why I wasn't. My belief system was maybe that I can do this by myself, and I might be able to do this by myself. But it's okay if I use a tool too.
Oh, absolutely.
It's
Now,
okay.
absolutely. So here's the thing about doing it by yourself, right? And here's the thing about doing it in a group. Um, Part of my journey, I will share. is that before I got this thing figured out, I spent thousands of dollars in
Yes,
therapy,
Lord.
in psychotherapy.
Yes.
I spent thousands of hours trying to get it figured out. It helped me, right? It helped me
Mm-hmm.
deal with some really deep rooted issues, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it helped me know it helped me identify what was going on with me, but it didn't help me connect the dots like I
Exactly.
was able to do once I started writing. The writing is
Yes.
what helped me make connect the dots and free me. But that therapy kind of laid the groundwork for a very long time.
All
Go
of
ahead.
us did. All of us. I live outside of Nashville. I used to drive from where I live through Nashville on the other side of Nashville once a month and give them, I would want to say $600 or $700. And I did it for about a year. Now, how I had $600 or $700 extra for weight loss, and I lost weight. I had never heard of the carb issue too. I mean, nobody ever explained that to me until I met them.
Hmm.
I want to share what it's so many people jumping on, but Tammy Jones says I have a TIA. I don't know what TIA stands for, but God bless you. In 2022, I'm 260 pounds and I have a disabled daughter. I know the clock is ticking. I can feel it. I'm so scared. We say, God bless you.
Yes, yes. God
And
bless you.
everything
Yes.
is, this is what this channel is about. This is why Michelle comes on this channel, because she wants to help us understand that the process taking a little bit. I tell people, if you can't sit up, twinkle your toes. And I saw
Yes.
somebody who was even paralyzed and he was in the Olympics. And when he put his feet on that triathlon, they usually have to lift his feet up, his right leg up, his right leg lifted up by itself. You don't
Hmm.
know what your body will do until you work it.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Oh, it says here that TIA is a mini stroke.
Mini stroke. Yes.
Oh man,
Oh
Tammy,
yes.
I'm so sorry that you were
God
going through this.
bless you.
Oh yes,
God
yes.
bless you. But
Oh, mm.
yes.
But all we can do on this journey really is just take it one day at a time. And
Michelle,
Deborah
tell
Ann,
us about, excuse me, tell us as you're talking about that support group you have that
oh
helps
oh
us
oh
take it
oh
one day
oh
at a
oh
time.
oh,
So keep on.
I'm
All we can
sorry.
do is take it one day at a time. Tell us
Yeah,
some more about that one day at
okay,
a time. What we
okay.
do on that?
Thank you for reeling me back in.
Uh
But I
huh.
was talking about therapy, and one of the things that therapy shared with me, because you had said, I think I can do this by myself. Is addiction will tell us you should be able to do this by yourself. What's wrong? What's wrong with you? You're so weak. You can beat this. You can do this by yourself. But what therapy taught me was a couple of things. Is that once you get in a room, once you get in a conversation with other people, you realize that you are not alone. And just
Yes.
knowing that you are not alone and that you haven't been picked specifically for this particular problem, there's some relief in that you don't feel
Yes.
so odd, right? That you have a community, of some people that are experiencing some of the same things, and that kind of lifts some of the burden. That's thing
Yes.
one. Thing two is once people come from an authentic place and start to share, you start to think, well, maybe my problems aren't as bad as I thought they were,
Or maybe
or
there's
maybe
hope.
there's hope. That's the next thing. There's hope. I thought I had some problems, but that person really had some problems.
And
But
the
you,
other thing is the people who did something to you, whether it was a molestation, rape, abuse, or put you down or teased you, they did it when you were by yourself.
yes,
And when
yes,
you get to with someone else who says to you, you can do this, yeah, they teased you, but guess what? That teasing don't have no power over you.
no,
And
mm-mm,
you still
no,
don't have to eat unless you're
no,
hungry.
mm-mm.
Because Michelle
Uh-uh.
says hunger only satisfies nutrition. And there's no problem that hunger fix other than nutrition.
That's right. That's
As I
right.
told
That's
myself that
exactly
the
right.
other day and I ain't have nothing to eat, I'm like, oh, I wish I had a snack. But the only answer that hunger satisfies is nutrition. But I ate that orange
Yes,
because I said, oh,
absolutely.
no, orange.
Right. Yes. 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 And the orange is nutritious, right?
Right.
And the orange is nutritious. So that's a good thing. But so once you get into community, once you get when here's the I think the two most powerful things about being in community is that you don't have to experience every single thing by yourself,
That's right.
and and you learn. Let's say you're in a group of five, and someone in that group of five has a challenge, and they come in and talk about it. Well, what they're just talking about that challenge becomes a part of your experience, so that when you go out to wherever you go, when you're faced with that challenge, it's not going to
Hmm.
be a surprise. You're going to be, oh, Deborah Ann talked about this in group.
Yeah.
You might not do that exact same thing, but you will have a bit of cover when it comes. So you don't have to go down that hallway. Go ahead.
Tell us about that support group you have
Oh, the
that
support
helps
group.
us
Okay.
not
Okay.
feel like we're by ourselves. Tell us about those.
So
Those.
so back to the support group. Deborah Ann is a part of, and I host a weekly emotional eater support group on Mondays. On Mondays at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is a Zoom call. It is a free Zoom call. Go to I Am Brand New Now on Facebook. Join the Facebook group. When you join the Facebook group, then you'll get a link and be invited to the Zoom call on Monday.
Hmm.
when
That's
you join
awesome.
when you join the Facebook group, you'll be asked a couple of questions. And one of the questions is, would you like to download a free chapter to my book, Leaving Large Stories of a Food Addict?
Yes. Oh,
When
yes.
you
Oh, let me show y'all the book.
when you download that free chapter, then that will put you on the mailing list, which will also give you the link to the Zoom call on Monday. Because I send out an email. I'm going to start sending out an email promoting that. When you go to that I Am Brand New Now Facebook group, and
Hmm.
you get the link to the Zoom call, and you join the I Am Brand New Now Facebook group and the mailing list, you will get another link that sends you to the TED Talk. So
Yes.
you'll get a
And the
chance
TED
to.
Talk is in the description. Excuse me, Michelle. It's in the
Okay,
description. Okay. We have Sabria's plus size fashion designer. She asked, would you please say the name of that Facebook group one more time for her?
sure, sure. It's I Am Brand New Now.
Okay,
I
excellent.
am brand
And
new now.
Sabria's, I need a dress, an outfit. I need you to inbox me, honey, so we can talk about this thing. I need a pink one. Okay. And then Iris says, I think you should dress this. Sometimes I feel like I've been picked out to be picked on. You think we can help her in our the monthly writers group we have?
Absolutely, absolutely. That monthly writing class, we've got a writing class on Saturday. On Saturday from 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m.
The first
Eastern
Saturday of
Standard.
each month,
And
right?
I'm releasing some other dates too.
Oh, good.
I'm releasing some other dates. So
Good.
when you go and you sign up for that class, you'll see the other dates now
Oh,
through the
good.
end of the year.
Okay.
Now,
Oh,
here's
wonderful. Okay.
a couple of things. That class is $25.
Oh,
I should be
yes.
I should be charging more, but I'm not, because
All right now.
I want everybody to get this. That's why I do the free group. I want to meet you where you are. So you can come to that free group every Monday, dig into the work, right? Connect with everybody, get some support, give some support if you can, because we give and receive, and it's all boats rise. In supporting others, you end up supporting yourself.
That's
You can
right.
come to you can come to that group if you want to be on camera and share. You can. If you have a day and you don't you just need to be poured into, and you want to be off the camera, and you just want to listen, you can. It is a no judgment, judgment free, all support, all the time, all love call. That's
Yes.
that's what that call is about on Monday. and we need this. We need to know how to be gentle with ourselves. We
That's
need
right.
other people. We need other people to be gentle with us. That's
That's
something we
right.
need to learn and accept. Because I mean, think about it. This we are learning. This is a process of learning how to manage food and learning how our emotions. This is the process of learning how to manage food in relationship to our emotions. We are learning. We have to unlearn a whole bunch of stuff to make room for
Yeah,
the new stuff that we're learning. But
that's
here's
right.
what here, and Deborah, I know this. I love to talk about babies. I love baby analogies. But
Okay.
I want you to think about this. If you have a baby, if you've been a baby, if you've seen some babies that are trying to walk, watch. Watch what the people that are trying to teach them how to walk do. What do they say? They say, "Come on, sweetie, you can
Yeah.
do it.
Do it.
See,
Yes.
you can do it. Here, let me give you a hand. Okay, try it by yourself. Come on." They use soft language, right?
Yes.
And they're
Yes.
guiding and they're supporting and they're
Yes.
smiling. You can do it. Look at you. You're standing. You're standing. Come on. Are you ready? Are you ready to take a step? You think you can do that now?
Hmm.
And then the little baby looks up. Oh, you think maybe I can? Yeah. Oh, right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
Okay.
it's all this coaxing and coaching, and nobody says, "Come on now, you know you can walk. Why you not standing up?" Fast? Nobody does that to a baby when they're trying to. No, you don't chastise a baby when they're trying to learn how to walk. We
Exactly.
are babies learning how to manage our emotions and learning how to eat right. Right. So we use soft talk with ourselves.
That's
We
right.
use soft talk with one another,
Hmm.
and we learn and go through the process. That's Monday night.
Okay.
On
Wonderful.
Saturdays, on the writing workshop, I mean, we dig in. We go deep, right? We Because here's what writing helps you learn more quickly. Writing allows you to get connected to yourself more quickly. And I have a specific writing process that I use. It's called prescriptive writing. This Write Your Way to Your Right Way workshop, it is a part of an overarching process called healing through reading, writing, and storytelling. So make no mistake
Mm.
about it. Dealing with obesity is a disease. Dealing with food addiction is a disease. Dealing dealing with issues related to stress, right? Those are mental health issues. Dealing with diabetes, that's a disease. And writing is therapeutic, but you need
Yeah.
to know how to write in the right way. Write in the right way. That's what's called Write Your Way to Your Right Way workshop.
Okay.
You come in 20.
Let me.
It should be $50. I do it for 25. And
That's
if
right.
you come in through Deborah's show tonight, you email me and say you heard it on Let's Talk. I will send you for $25. I'll send you my book too. I will.
Excellent. That's right.
Go ahead.
We want you to give us. We've been talking about affirmations last week. As you talk about this topic, what belief do you hold about yourself that slows your weight loss journey? What is the affirmation for that? And what is your email address? So that way
Okay.
people can sign up all the
Okay.
classes, do some one-on-one coaching, and she has a 52-week class also. You can get signed up for that one also. But this is the topic. What belief do you
Mm-hmm.
hold? And if you can put this in the comments also, if you want to share, what belief do you hold about yourself that slows your weight loss journey? This is your final comment that you want to leave with this group tonight. And people will
Okay.
watch it. There are 20 people or 35 people I know on this post, but there are hundreds of people. Last week there were 330 people who were watching this post. I won't know how many who are watching until after it's over. Then it tells me. So what is it that you want to say? And you know they resonate because they are like me. They may have 5 pounds to lose, 10 pounds to lose. I mean, it's nothing like needing to lose 15 pounds. That's
Mm-hmm.
just like needing to lose 150.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
what do you have to share? What is your affirmation for us, for those? What belief do you hold about yourself that slows your weight loss journey?
All right. So here's what I'm going to address the first thing.
Okay.
If you want to connect with me, it's Michelle at michellpettis.com. I'm
Okay.
all over the internet. You can find me. You can learn how to spell my name. Michelle, two L's and an E on the end. Michelle Pettis, Petties. But my email address is Michelle at michellpettis.com.
Excellent.
Email me directly. If you email me directly and
Mm-hmm.
tell me that you saw this, let's talk with me and Deborah Ann on YouTube, I will send you the link to the workshop. You sign up for the workshop, and I will send you a signed copy of my book. I'll do all that personally. All right. That
Excellent. Oh, that's
okay.
good.
The second thing about the affirmation. This I will share with you now how to do your own affirmation.
Okay.
So you think about think about the thing you want, right? Think about something that you want, something that you don't have now. It's something that you don't do now, something that you don't believe now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And something that you want. So maybe what you want to do, I'll give you an example. Maybe, and we're talking about no sugar, right? We're talking about no sugar,
Mm-hmm.
no we're in no sugar August.
Mm-hmm.
So so what you want to be is sugar free, right?
That's right.
So an affirmation, we say the affirmation like it has already occurred, because our subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between the truth and the lie, doesn't know the difference between the past and the future. So that's why we can tell ourselves whatever we want. So
Mm-hmm.
an affirmation for Deborah Ann, for anybody that wants to be sugar free, did you say,
Yes.
I am proud to be sugar free every day. I am proud to be sugar free in every situation.
That's right.
I am proud to be sugar free no matter what.
Yeah.
So
That's right.
let me tell you why that's an affirmation, because it is a statement. It is a positive statement, as if it has already happened. I am proud to be sugar free. I'm sugar free no matter what, and
Mm-hmm.
whatever else I said. Right now, when you do an affirmation, you have got to attach an emotion to it. So
Mm-hmm.
that emotion right in there is I'm proud. Right, I'm proud.
Yes.
So it is the emotion that allows us to attain the affirmation. It's the emotion that makes it work.
Yes.
So it's got to be present tense.
Yes.
There's got to be a positive emotion that attached to it. And then you have to practice it. You have to say
Yes.
it. You have to write it. You have to write it and say it over and over again. In the morning,
Yes.
on your phone, at night, right? Meditate on it, visualize it, see yourself in sugar situations, just walking by it,
That's right.
not even seeing it,
Walking by the
making
candy
make
dish.
making a different choice.
Oh, that's
I
beautiful.
Yeah, I'm that chick, right?
That's right.
I'm that fellow. I'm that I'm that guy.
Yes.
I'm
And
that
shout out to
girl.
our men, Michelle. They
Yes,
want this too. And our older
absolutely.
people, you can have it at any age. And
At
our
any
teenagers,
age,
you can have it. And our young adults. There are people under 40 who have home care workers. Baby, you can get it too. You can get this success.
absolutely.
I'm getting it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes.
And
Yes.
what this affirmation is speaking it into existence, right?
Yes.
This becomes we've heard this phrase self-fulfilling prophecy. We hear that all the time.
Yes.
But oftentimes
Yes.
we hear self-fulfilling prophecy in a negative kind of way, right?
Yes.
Oh, there's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Okay, this is that. I am prophesying that I am sugar free and proud to be,
That's right.
speaking it into existence, and
Yes.
saying it so, making it so. Our words have power. And see, here's the other thing about the affirmation is so many of us that are dealing with food addiction, obesity, and just struggling with this weight loss issue. There was some time in our life when we were told that our words don't have power. There was some
Exactly.
time there was some point where we came that we didn't believe in the power of our own words.
Yes.
Something happened to some of us, to all of us. It's something that that made us feel like that we couldn't have any belief in our own words. Well, the affirmations give that back to you. The
Amen.
affirmations give it back to you. The
Amen.
affirmations show you that. That's the power of it.
So when we look on the I Am Brand New Now Facebook page, it's I Am Brand New Now. We're going to be able to talk about how we're doing with our journey. Also, we'll be able to get information about the book, also the monthly or the several times a month writing classes, and also the weekly writing classes. And we're going to be able to reach out to Michelle. In the discussion is the link for the TED Talk. So please look at it and leave a review so that we can spread the message and share it, because she's talking about her journey, and it's a mighty good journey at it as it is. It really is. So Michelle, we appreciate you for being with us, giving us hope. That's what hope is all about. It's all about believing that you can, because she's teaching us what's in our mind comes out in our body, in our
Yes.
mouth, in our actions.
Yes.
So
Yes.
we are going to be here next Thursday or Friday or Saturday or Sunday if something else comes up. But we will be here each week. And I'm going to be looking forward to joining Michelle next Monday for a support group. It is an important part of my life and I appreciate it. And I am on the weight loss journey and I feel like I can do it. I feel like I can lose. I have set a goal to lose 75 pounds before November the 8th. I have 27.7 more pounds to go. So
You
I
are doing
believe
it.
I can lose 27.7 more pounds. I believe it. And
You
so
are doing it. That's your affirmation right there. I
that's
am
it.
doing
And I'm doing it with a smile. I'm enjoying this salad. And
it.
don't even
Yes.
want a whole lot of stuff on it. Except some vinegar and oil and some dressing, some salad dressing. I'm regular black. I just like regular stuff. So thank you so much. Thank you everybody for being with us. There's so many people saying so many things, and we just want to encourage everybody. Thank you, Michelle. This was a very wonderful session. Very wonderful session.
Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure.
Okay.
Highlight of my week.
Yes. Okay. Oh, let me take a picture of us. Hold on. Screenshot.
Okay.
Ow.
Okay.
Okay. I'll see you next week. I'll see you Monday.
Okay.
Okay. Bye bye.
Bye bye.